In fact, one of them apparently is not human. While it is not a prerequisite to be an attorney to be town justice, in today's increasingly complex society, maybe the time has changed, where now it is a good idea to have judges who have had the rigorous training required of attorneys. Lawyers are trained to respect only the rule of law and not circumstance or position. We are required by law and ethics to insist that only the rule of law prevail when liberty or property interests are at stake in a dispute. The historical reasons which permitted non-lawyers to be judges in local courts no longer hold sway in the 21st century. My legal background is diverse. I have extensive state and federal court experience and have litigated cases in the lowest courts in the state as well as the highest courts, both in the state and federal system. Goshen is a great community that needs to be protected and adequately cared for. It's time for another committed attorney to occupy the second position of Goshen Justice. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Hickok.
How many people out there have been to court? Come on. I've been to court, and I do not like what I have seen. At first, I just figured that that was the way it was supposed to be, and many people still do. I just went along like everybody else. Sure, I felt violated, and I knew deep down inside that something was terribly wrong with this picture, but I went along with it. Heck, what else was I supposed to do? I didn't want to go to jail, and so I paid my extortion payments and bribes, as I prefer to call them, to the attorneys, to the municipal treasuries, and last but not least, the gigantic automobile insurance corporations. But I didn't like it, and the only reason I paid was for fear of what might happen if I didn't pay. Yes, I too have been to court, and I do not like what I have seen. I have seen the people led in chained and shackled, our dignity smothered, our pockets picked, our humanity ignored, and our rights sold on down the river. But I am not stupid. I am not blind. I see what goes on. Our courts, yours and mine, have been co-opted by the almighty profit motive. Doesn't it seem like just a little bit of a conflict of interest when the courts are put into a revenue-generating position? I do. One day I picked up the Independent Republican newspaper in which it was proudly proclaimed that the Goshen court had raked in nearly $45,000 in just 1 month. That's $1,500 a day or $540,000 a year. Man, what a racket. Oh, sure, you can hire an attorney, but who are the attorneys working for? Not you, not me. Attorneys are working for the court. The attorneys have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. Sure, you may be paying their salary, but they're still working for the courts. And I haven't met many attorneys that are all too eager to bite the hand that feeds them. Have you? I mean, really, isn't hiring an attorney kind of like trusting the car salesman to get a good deal from the car dealer owner?
Excuse me. I really must interrupt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. And now, I would also like to remind the candidates of one thing. If a question is directed to a specific candidate, the other candidates will have a 1-minute rebuttal, just so you know. Okay, bear with me 1 moment here, if you will, please. At this point, I would like to begin with 2 questions the Chamber has prepared. And the first question is to the supervisors and the council candidates. 2 minutes. So I hope you don't have a problem with that.
Well, I do kind of, but I'll try to overcome it.
I'm sure you will. Mr. Hickok?
Oh, you want to go first? Sure. Thank you. I am not. This is not a career move for me, nor is it a stepping stone. I have serious concerns for the welfare of the people in the dark shadows of the prison industrial complex and the criminal justice system that is out of control and rigged on profits. Profits that are ultimately distributed inefficiently and that do little more than to foster the Frankenstein monster that already haunts us. If you want just another cop in robes, another yes man, another bureaucrat that has no capacity for compassionate thought or understanding, don't vote for me. I will not perpetuate an environment that is, by nature, hostile to the people. I will not perpetuate a system that is, by all accounts, racist. Nearly everybody will, at one time or another, find themselves before a court. I just want to assure for the people that it is not a court where all the cards are stacked against you. Respect, dignity, equality, truth, and real justice, not profits nor intimidation, will reign supreme in a court of and for the people if I have anything to do with it. I am defined as by the New York State Board of Elections and by the people of the state of New York as being fully qualified to execute the responsibilities of a town justice. I believe in myself. I am confident that if elected, that I will not fail the people. I have no interest in keeping the people down any more than I would tolerate being kept down. It does not serve the people nor the police when the police are put into a position that is at odds with the people and contrary to the articles of the Constitution. I do not feel that a bureaucracy needs to exist between the people and our rights to due process. A language that is foreign to the people and one that requires interpretation by a high-priced broker priest, or if you prefer, an attorney, in whose interest it serves to keep the language cryptic and incessantly so, and a judge in whose acquiescence it is exercised has no place between the people and our Constitution. Thank you.
How do I follow that? Experience, fairness, and availability are keys to the justice position. Experience I have. I've been an attorney for 15 years, as I explained before. My practice is evenly split between public service and private practice. And my fairness is exhibited in the fact that I've represented both the prosecution and the defense in legal issues, and I understand where litigants what positions they're taking on both sides of the issue, on both sides of the aisle. My availability is there. I'm a Village of Goshen resident, and I'm very close to the courts. I'm there 24 hours a day. I've been walking in the streets of Goshen now and in town to make myself available and to introduce myself to the voters. I've met some of you, and I hope to meet all of you to explain myself a little bit more in depth. This forum was helpful, but it's really it just gives us a very small glimpse as to the character of people and